Well, thank you for coming in, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Saying number 13, Proverbs 23, verse 13. Do not withhold discipline from a child. Although you strike him with a rod, he will not die. Strike him with a rod, and you shall deliver his soul from Sheol. Now, obviously, this rebellion is a characteristic trait or personality trait, sinful nature trait that's going to lead this person all the way through their life to trouble and destruction. And in a relationship, you'll find unresolved or things of contention usually are coming out of an undeveloped capability to find resolve, or some kind of resistance or stubbornness, an opposite directional dysfunction disorder, or some kind of sinful nature trait that is going to cause a block. Selfishness, self-centeredness, hates holiness. They don't want to get things right. Whatever the problem is here, this person doesn't want to get things right. You're being asked in this proverb not to withhold your complaint, not to withhold the opportunity from that person to know how you feel and what you need from them for the relationship to develop in a way that's healthy, not just for you, but for both you and the person that's struggling. And even if the discipline or your confrontation is at the jeopardy of the relationship to get it right, even if striking with the confrontation of the problem is going to jeopardize the relationship, it will not harm the person that you're putting your complaint to. It's going to help that person. You may be the only person that comes along that helps that person to see this problem that they've had for decades, that's sabotaged them, that's destroyed them, that's caused them probably to be an addict, to lose their relationships, to practice sexual deviancies that they normally otherwise wouldn't have. Maybe alcoholism, medication, addiction. You may be the only person that comes along that's got the courage to show this person what's been robbing them for the majority of their lives. Nobody else may come along that's got the courage to stand there and strike the root of the problem. Get right to the root of the problem. For once in a lifetime, to help this person have the opportunity to be delivered from the problem, the personality disorder, the characteristic disorder, the inferiority complex, the self-centeredness, the grandizement, the morally perverted aspects of their life, the sensuality, the hatred, the unwillingness to accept responsibility, these parts of their life that are blocking them from getting their breakthrough. And if you withhold what you are seeing in your relationship in a way in which you're not enabling that person to develop for themselves and for the relationship with you, if you haven't got the maturity to bring how you feel and what you see, then you've got some issues you need to deal with yourself. Because transparency in a relationship is everything. If you strike at the root of the problem, you are going to deliver the relationship out of the contentions, frustrations, dissensions, and things that will bring it down. We dodge, we weave, we balk, we lay idle, we do everything we have to a lot of the time except confront the issue, hoping that the clouds and the stars and the sun and the moon and the wind and everything's going to fix what's going on inside the life and heart and minds and fabrics of the people that we are with and who we are ourselves. Sometimes we need to fix our relationships. Sometimes it's up to us to come out and strike at the root of the tree, to get to the root of the problem, to deliver ourselves and the person that we're with from things that we need to grow in to help the relationship to develop. In Matthew 3:10, John the Baptist said, "The axe is already laid at the root of the tree. Therefore, every tree that doesn't bear or produce good fruit will be cut down and thrown into the fire." That's exactly what this parable is trying to tell us. You have to, in your relationship, strike down the root of the problem, and you have to be willing to work together to bring the situation to resolve. That is the beauty, that is the preciousness, that is the refining in the fire of the relationship. These are the ancient secrets to having a powerful, strong, glorious relationship. You have to get the axe to the root of the problem. You should be prepared to have the axe axing away at the problems instead of the problems axing away at you. One of the great proverbs of our family is resolve the issue before the issue resolves you, because it will. Either you resolve it or it will resolve you. It's as simple as that. That's what's going to happen. You resolve the issue or the issue will resolve you. It will resolve you. But if you strike your axe at the root of the problem, what could the problem be? The problem could be alcohol. You drink too much. The problem could be you're late all the time. The problem could be you're getting too close to that person. The problem could be I didn't want to go there and you forced me to. The problem could be where were you all that time? The problem could be don't speak to me like that. The problem could be don't turn up stoned. The problem could be you're hurting yourself. You're going to the hospital and then you're sitting outside the hospital smoking. You're embarrassing the whole name, your own name and your family. The problem could be you smoke too much. The problem could be who are you seeing behind my back? And if you strike the root of the problem, if you strike your conscience, if you come to that place where you say, look, can we please talk about this? Or you might get to the point where you're boiling over, you're screaming. If that person doesn't want to listen and is happy to make a hell kind of situation, they're creating hell in the relationship, okay? They don't want to deliver themselves or anybody else from the trouble. They haven't realized that you're trying to fix things. They're in denial. They're probably blame shifting. They've probably got a smear campaign going against you. Oh, he's done this, he's done that, he hasn't done this, she hasn't done that. They've missed the whole love of the thing. They've missed the whole desire and passion of the thing. They've missed the knowledge and the instruction and the heart of the thing. They haven't got the ears to hear. Their heart is hard. Do not withhold discipline from your partner. Although you bring it to the table, they will not die. Many of you are holding back. You have things that you would love to talk about. You're not sure how to bring it to the table. You know that the relationship's suffering because you haven't. You don't know how to find the courage to do and say what you need to. You're frightened. You've got to get to the point in life where the truth's more important. The reality, the need to get things right is more important than the relationship. I've always said it's better to be honest and lose than to lie and end up in a situation that's like hell. Because when you don't deal with something, you're disciplining yourself to live in a life of hell. Many of you have spent decades with people that's been absolute hell. They haven't wanted to hear what you've said if you have, and you've decided to let things go. You've wasted decades living a life of hell. You have the right to bring discipline, to strike your validity and authority and reality at the root of the tree. The person's not going to die. The problem will die, but the person won't. Or the person, after you've struck that problem in a way in which to deliver the relationship, if it's ignored and that person's willing to carry on in a hellish lifestyle, you make a decision. I spend the rest of my life with this kind of mentality and outlook, or you say, no, I'm going to seek a life of resolve. As I said before, many of you, men and women, have been in relationships where you've just been tiraded with hellish attitudes and unresolved and things. You put up with it. No. At some point, you have to take the narrow road and let the hellish person take the wide road. Otherwise, you're wasting life and time and love. There will be people that want to sit down and listen, that want to resolve. They won't drag things out for weeks, days, weeks, months, years. But you have to be severe and understand that if you're with a hellish person that's going to lead everyone to the pit, psychological, emotional vandalism, and all the other traumas that come with that, the toxicity and stuff, if they want to live a toxic life, you let them go on their own and you get on with yours. I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia.